Your dream physique isn't unreachable. You will get there, but you don't get there by skipping steps. There's this one concept I found in this really nice book called Good Ideas Come From. The concept is the adjacent possible. It is basically what is possible right now. So back in the day, caveman days, they could not imagine. They cannot invent something like a microwave back then. They just don't have the tools necessary to build that. But they need to build something that is immediately available to them. So to them, building the wheel is something they can do. They can build that. And then from the wheel, they can build two wheels. And then they can put a stick in between it and then call it a wheel and axle. For them, that's what's possible. It is not possible for them to it is not possible for them to build a microwave. You just can't do that. That's not physically possible. Just like in your case, it is not physically possible for you to get the aesthetic body without going through all of the many little steps in between. I want the strength of Hanuman and I want to look like a Greek god, but I don't just get there immediately. I have to go to the gym. I have to go through all the many little steps in between before I can get to the result. I have to think about what is possible right now. I have to think about what is the adjacent possible. Each stage unlocks the next. So for example, in your physique, you probably have the same goal I do. You want to build an aesthetic body. So what do you got to do for that? First, you got to go to the gym. Then you got to do some bicep curls. And then you got to do some bench press. And then you got to do some back and some squats. You got to do all sorts of things. You have to do many, many things in between before you can get that physique. That physique's going to take a long time. You can't just immediately get it. You can't just make that one jump immediately. And let's say you want to build strength like Hanuman. You can't just immediately get that strength. You have to go to the gym. You have to do some bench press. You have to increase your weight by 5 pounds every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how far along in your gym journey you are. You can't just immediately jump 20 pounds. You have to go incrementally increase. You have to think about what is possible right now. How much can you push yourself right now? Shortcuts don't work. If you try to shortcut your way from let's say a 135 pound bench to a 225 pound bench, that journey is possible, but you can't just take a shortcut. Most people can't make that jump in just a few months. For me, it took me a long ass time to get to 135 and then get to 225. It took me a very long time to get there. I couldn't just like go to the gym and be like, okay, yes, today I'm hitting 185 right after I hit 135. That's just not possible. After I hit 135, I have to try 140, then 145. I have to make my way slowly. I have to progress slowly. I can't just immediately jump because that's not physically possible. If I try to make a huge jump, I'm probably gonna get injured. These shortcuts is what will injure you. If you want big biceps, you don't grab a 55-pound dumbbell, get on a preacher curl, go all the way down, and boom, your bicep tears. This is what's going to get you injured. You got to think about what is possible right now. This also applies to training, diet, and recovery, the holy trinity of lifting. Like I said earlier, PRs, protein, tracking your calories, meal structure, sleeping, fatigue management, frequency. All of these things still get affected by the adjacent possible. You can't just make an immediate jump in any of these categories. If you want to sleep 10 hours a day, you probably aren't going to be able to will yourself into bed when it's at 9 p.m. Most people can't do that. They say, yes, I'm going to sleep at 9 p.m. today. But then 8:30 rolls around and they're like, no, I still want to work. No, I still want to watch whatever. You got to progressively get to 10 hours. You can't just immediately jump. The biggest thing you should be taking away is asking yourself, what is possible right now? Is it increasing my bench by 5 pounds? Is it maybe increasing my frequency in the gym by a whole extra day in the week? There are many things you can do. What is your goal? What is possible right now to get you to your goal quicker? There are many things you can do, but you can't just fixate on the future. You got to think about what is happening right now. The aesthetic physique isn't built in one jump. It's built by respecting the process and consistency. Each stage will unlock the next one. Each step you complete will open up a new step for you to do. You know what to do. Get up and get after it.